exactly are biomes? We can define biomes as a set of ecosystems that works in a stable way. The living beings of a biome are adapted to conditions of nature, like the vegetation, rain, humidity, heat, etc. Brazilian biomes are generally characterized by a great diversity of animals and plants. So we can say that in Brazilian biomes, biodiversity is great. There can be found the most varied types of vegetation, as well as several distinct species of animals. Brazil is made up of 6 distinct biomes: Amazônia, Caatinga, Cerrado, Mata Atlântica, Pampa, and Pantanal. Each of these environments harbors different types of vegetation and fauna, so let's cover some things about them.
The meaning of the word Pampa is a flat region obtained about 700 kilometers. The Brazilian Pampas occupy 2.4% from the country vegetation. Although it is in an area of fields, the Pampa also presents other geographic formations, like caves, found in regions like Caçapava do Sul. Now, speaking of the vegetation, the Pampa has a predominance of herbaceous, which was herbaceous trees and ground plants. Compared to savannas and the forests, the Pampa is considered fundamental in the weakening of the greenhouse effect in the control of soil erosion in the part of the Pampa that belongs to Brazil.
The Pantanal is the biome that covers almost 2% of the Brazilian territory. It is known to be the largest flood area and occupies part of the states of Mato Grosso and Mato Grosso do Sul. It gathers species found in the other regions and presents landscapes that resemble Amazonia. This region is also known as Complexo do Pantanal. The fauna is very rich and diverse. In fact, it is considered to be the area with the greatest concentration of animals per square kilometer of the America.
The Cerrado is a biome found mainly in the Midwest region extending through Mato Grosso, Mato Grosso do Sul, Goiás and Tocantins. The predominant climate is tropical, with well-defined seasons.
The Cerrado is one of the hotspots, is one of the biomes that have been destroyed the most of the years.
Despite the recognition of biological importance and of all the world's hotspots, the Cerrado has high percent of areas on integral protection.
The Caatinga is an exclusive Brazilian biome, exclusive in Alagoas, Bahia, Ceará, Maranhão, Pernambuco, Paraíba, Rio Grande do Norte, Piauí, Sergipe, and north of Minas Gerais. Big biodiversity includes 591 birds and 178 mammals. 46% of Caatinga has been deforested because of the wood. Caatinga, mostly it doesn't bring small-sized vegetation that lose its leaves during the year. There are animals like ararinha azul, gambá, and asa branca.
The Atlantic Forest occupies a corresponding area 13.4% of the national territory, and that is constituted mainly by forests along the littoral coast that goes from Rio Grande do Norte to Rio Grande do Sul. The Atlantic Forest presents a variety of formations. It includes a diversified set of forest ecosystems with a very differentiated structure and forest composition, accompanying the climatic characteristics of the region where it occurs. About 70% of the Brazilian population lives in the territory of the Atlantic Forest. The springs supply the cities. This is one of the factors that has contributed to the problems with water crisis associated with scarcity, waste, poor water use, deforestation, and pollution. The biodiversity of the Atlantic Forest is similar to that of the Amazon. The most well-known animals of the Atlantic Forest are mico-leão dourado, jaguar, sloth, and capybara. The original area was 15% of the Brazilian territory. Currently, the remainder is 7.91% of the original area. Large trees form a microclimate in a forest, generating shade and humidity.
The American forest is situated in north of South America, and it occupies many countries, but the most part of it is in Brazil. Thanks to its diversity, it is considered the most important tropical forest in the planet. 20% of the oxygen in the planet Earth is generated there. That's why it's known to be the legs of the world. The huge amounts of rain in the forest also contributes to its vegetation. One of the most valid things to know is that the ecosystem in the Amazon is in perfect balance, and everything it produces is used in an efficient way.
Some call me nature. Others call me Mother Nature. I've been here for over 4.5 billion years, 22,500 times longer than you. I don't really need people, but people need me. Yes, your future depends on me. When I thrive, you thrive. When I falter, you falter. Or worse. But I've been here for eons. I have fed species greater than you, and I have starved species greater than you. My oceans, my soil, my flowing streams, my forests, they all can take you or leave you. How you choose to live each day, whether you regard or disregard me, doesn't really matter to me. One way or the other. Your actions will determine your fate, not mine. I am nature. I will go on. I am prepared to evolve. Are you?